has a 1-0 victory over Gainsborough Trinity in the FA Cup today. What were your thoughts on the performance?
I thought it was a good good performance all round. I think we had to obviously with the situation of the game. I thought we played two types of gameplay really. Obviously, right at the beginning, it's 11v11. I think it was a little bit of a fight off between both sides. I thought we did well. I thought deservingly to go 1-0 up, and probably a couple of chances after that as well. Really to try and get 2-0 up, but obviously the sending off changes the game, and then we've got to completely change how we play. We going to kind of a low block, just shutting things down, and then got to do the opposite side of the game. Really let them have the ball and shut areas down. I thought the lads were unbelievable in that period of time, because it's a long time, especially against Gainsborough, because they're a good side and they completely try to overload you down the sides with the wingers and fullbacks. So I don't think they troubled us once we went down to 10 men, if I'm bluntly honest. But yeah, really pleased overall with the performance, because we just had to adapt so many times in the game.
Yeah, just focusing when we did go down to 10 men, it must have been a 30-minute period between our sending off and theirs. What were going through your mind at the time? What was, like, obviously you sent Vaughan on, just gives a little insight into that thought processes.
Well, we're actually thinking about changing the shape to start with, so really it kind of pushed us to do it. We thought they were getting a lot of space down the side, once we come out for the second half. So the change had to happen. I thought Vaughan, when he came on, did extremely well. Won some vital free kicks in there, kept the ball, did really well in there with Greeny. And it was just that type of game where I just needed him to sit in there and move the ball and do it well. So changing the shape and everything, and the players that come on, you've got to just react quickly. But it's kind of, we've got so many good players on the bench, it kind of slips in really well for us.
And then the way that they did dig in, we've talked about game management quite a bit over the last few games, but today we're to a T, wasn't it?
Spot on game management, yeah. And I keep saying it, the experienced lads in there. Not just that, I thought the young lads as well. Like I said, I just mentioned Vaughan there, but Luke Hall when he came on, Terry before he got injured. I think the lads played it into areas, played it into corners, and got themselves up the pitch. So I thought the game management was excellent, but off the ball as well, making sure that they cover spaces, make sure that we rock solid at the back. And again, a special mention to Wedgie, who changed his position to go into centre half, and did extremely well. Again, marshalling the back four, managing the game management from the back. So I can't speak highly enough for him on how they had to adapt.
That were going to be my next question again. Wedgbury obviously dropping in. He's done that before. Obviously, he's covered right back for a little bit, and in everywhere in midfield, he just seems to cover every blade of grass anyway. But how important is the characters like Sam that can? Well, you could ask him to do anything and he'll do it.
I said before, there's no doubt they're good players, and Wedgie is not just again, I mentioned last week, he's not just a good player, but he's an unbelievably great human being, and what he gives to me in that changing room, not just on the changing room, on the pitch. He marshals people, he covers ground, he breaks up play, starts it back off again. But I think basically him doing his bit inspires other people around him, and for him to adapt again today, I could play him centre half in goal or centre forward, and I know I'd get 8 out of 10 every single game. So it didn't bother me or scare me putting him there. It didn't worry me whatsoever, because I knew what I was going to get, and he slipped into it really well.
Another player that comes in and does a job. Deegan Atherton obviously coming in for Jack. Obviously had a Football League striker to deal with, but he dealt with him pretty well, didn't he?
I thought Deegan was exceptional, and he has been for the last 2 games. He's come on loads, and what we're trying to do with Deegs this year is he's playing in his proper position really, and give him chance there and give him credit when he has to come in. He gives him a better chance to play to his potential, and I think with someone like Hamza or an experienced centre half, even like Wedgie going in there second half, he's good as gold for us. People talking him through games, but he's holding his own. And he's doing more than enough. And I'm really pleased for him, because, like I said, he's been a guy that's filled in left back, right back, centre half, even sometimes centre mid. But we've given him a chance this year in just actually playing in his position, and he's been exceptional when he's been called for. And again, another good human being, a good kid who works extremely hard, and I'm really pleased for him, because I thought today he was probably one of our man at matches, if anything.
We've talked about the defensive side of the performance. Let's talk about the goal that sealed our progression. A lovely well worked move. finished off by Greeny. We've sort of, Jay's had the freedom of the right hand side there. How brilliant was that goal?
Yeah, we fought down the right hand side. We fought kind of a little bit planned for us really. We thought we could get Jay in behind for quite a few times. We obviously knew that they pushed their full-backs on, and we thought if we can take their full-backs into uncertain areas and just allow Jay to kind of cheat or just position himself there, he's going to be in every time. And he's done many times this year. He's got unbelievable delivery when he's in that final third, and just puts it on a plate. If it ain't Greeny, it's Hughes. If it ain't Hughes, it's Hansen. And the presence that we've got and the midfield runners that we've got, it's vital that he plays that position well, and he's doing it extremely well today. So I thought the overall goal kind of sums up what we do really in overloading the boxes, getting the giants in there, and on running runners. But the quality delivery was second to none.
That gets us into the fourth qualifying round, just one game away from the first round proper.
Yep.
Obviously the National League big boys come into it now. Is there anyone you've got a particular eye on? Obviously I know a lot of people say we'll just take who we get, but it is certainly could set us up for a memorable day for the supporters.
Yeah, definitely. It's you're hoping now for a good draw, a good experience. You saw the fans there today. That's unbelievable. That's one of the best I've experienced there at the end. I don't know how many there were, but there seemed quite a few hundred there, and it's a special moment, and the fans have been unbelievable. And I want to give them, another good day out and another good experience, and so to answer your question, really, one of the big boys in the National League would be great for us. Home or away, I don't mind, but I'm sure I've come out here. A lot of fans are saying Notts County, is it for in the local-ish area, so I think that's names up there. But it'd be nice to be paired off with someone like Wrexham as well, with the Hollywood stars and Jesse Stewart and his stuff, alongside the two Hollywood heroes.
Football doesn't stop, but this time we've actually got a week where we don't have a midweek fixture.
Yeah.
Is it good to sort of have that little bit of a breather after a sort of intense last couple of weeks?
Yeah, well, we made a situation that we'll work this season on every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and we've done that. We've gone into routine, but today is just because of the games that are now still stacking up, down to 10 men, the workload. I think it's great to have a week where we can just, have a little bit of calm, let the lads take a little bit of pressure off themselves, go spend a bit of time with them family. They're off Tuesday. I want them to go out tonight and have a good night as well and enjoy themselves. That's either out with themselves, with the friends, or with the families, and just take the thoughts away from football a bit, because obviously coming into the next month the games are stacking up so much, and we hadn't even flinched or even talked about the league yet. We seem to be taking the ride in the cups at the minute in time, and it is what it is, and we've got to try and get as far as we can in each cup. And they're taking priority at the minute, but it's time now where this week we're going to utilise just to give the lads a little bit of time off, let them get refreshed, and then we'll look to regroup Thursday, then plan for Saturday.
Like you say, it's relentless, these cup competition fixtures, and we've got one on Saturday. Loughborough Dynamo, a team, I think it was your first league fixture in charge of Worksop Town, where we welcomed them to Windsor Food Service Stadium. Obviously we're going to travel down there. What are you expecting from them? Well,
obviously they set off really well in the league. They've set off extremely well, so we'll start planning now for that. We have had, obviously, them watched since it's been drawn, it's not really on my thoughts at the minute in time, but I know it's going to be a tough gig and a tough game, and one that again we're going to look to utilise the squad and make sure that we put an extremely good competitive side out there to try and win the game, and let's see how far we can get in that cup. So it's a game we're looking forward to, excited about, but at the minute let's just appreciate today. Let's ride the wave a little bit and have a little bit of a step back, a little bit of relax, and then we go Thursday.